Well, hello there. I am doing a deck tech today, and I know it's kind of old school. Still playing with the angle a little bit, but I know it's kind of old school by using the actual cards instead of doing the computer. But this is my Star Wars Grand Moff Tarkin deck. Again, please like, share, subscribe. I'd be more than happy to have you guys choose a channel name for me, but for my new Star Wars game. But let's start with this. I have Grand Moff Tarkin, and this deck is a doozy. With him on attack, when he is flipped to this side, he has 5 resources to flip him, green and a black. And when you on attack, he gives an experience token to another Imperial unit. If you can't tell, this deck is primarily based on Imperials. On the flip side, I'm going to go ahead and bring this down here, and I'm going to put my land up here. Right now I have Castro City. Again, I'm going to be kind of playing with the camera a little bit. Castro City is just generic red for 30 with the life of 30. Tarkin, what really makes him good is this ability right here. You action, you pay 1 and tap it, give an experience token to an Imperial unit. If you can't tell, we're definitely going Imperials. Now, the reason why I have this with Castro City is right now Castro City is red, which is why I've got it. Tarkin is a green and black, so that gives me a red, green, black for my color scheme. And most of the Imperial units that I am using is red, green, and black, which is why I'm using it. I think I have a couple generic, but overall it's primarily Imperial because of his experience tokens. And it is a doozy. So there's my 2 main cards, leader and a base. And yeah, it's really strong. And you look at what he does and what the cards do, and you'll understand really quickly. So I've got 2 of this guy, and all I'm trying to do is do this. When you play a unit, and this isn't much, but it does give you a little bit of life gain. The purpose is to make sure you stay alive, but it's a really hard-hitting deck when it can go. When you play a green unit, including this one, heal 1 damage from your base, a 2/3 for 2, and he's green. I have Darth Vader for 7. This is in no order, in particular order. When played, it's just the unit 1, which is really nice. He's 7 for a 5/7 ambush, and search the top 10 cards of your deck for any number of black units with combined cost 3 or less, and play each of them for free. Really power card right there. I wanted a strong flyer, a space unit, so for 6 and a 4/6. When played and when defeated, deal 2 damage to an enemy base and 2 damage to an enemy unit. So that does an automatic 4 when it comes into play and when it's defeated, and it's a 4/6 for 6. Stormtrooper Lieutenant, I have 2 of those also. Stormtrooper Lieutenant, when played, you may attack with a unit. If it's an Imperial unit, which, guess what, most of the deck is, the unit, it gets +2/+0 for this attack when it's played. He is a 2/2 for 2. Again, there's the other Ruthless Raider. Seasoned Stormtrooper. Most of these I'm playing 3 of. He has a 2/3 for 2. Trying to go cheap to make it so I can throw out a lot of Imperial units real easily, real quick. But he's a Seasoned Stormtrooper, 2/3. While you control 6 or more resources, this unit gets +2/+0. Very easy. Plus, again, you add the experience tokens. This is one of your main workhorses of the deck. First Legion Snowtrooper. I've got 3 of those. While attacking a damaged unit, this unit gets +2/+0 and gains Overwhelm. It deals excess damage to the opponent's base. He has a 2/3 for 2, Imperial. I'm pretty sure I got 3 of those. Now, this one is a fun one. For 4, a TIE Advanced. When played, it gives 2 experience tokens to another friendly Imperial unit. He has a 4 with a 3/2. I got 3 of those. I have 3 events of Strike True. A friendly unit deals damage equal to its power to an enemy unit for 3. Imperial Interceptor. There's another one. Super Laser Technician. Imperial 3 cost, green and a black, for a 2/1. And when defeated, which you want it to die, you may put this unit into play as a resource and ready it. 3 of those. There's another one. Now I've got a couple of these. Hard Point Heavy Blaster. You attach it to a vehicle. That's a 2, and it adds a 2/2 to it. Modification weapon. And when an attached unit gains on attack, if this unit isn't attacking a base, you may deal 2 damage to a unit in the defender's arena. Viper Probe Droid. Again, is just a 3/2 for 2 and look at an opponent's hand. So, no reason. This one is just an Imperial 2/1 for 1. This one I got for the Sentinel effect. It's a 3/3 for a 3. Has to be blocked. Pump him up, and that can do some serious damage because enemy units have to do it. Another one, I've got pretty much most of these Imperial units I've got 3 of. Now here's one I only have 1 of because I only own 1, and I'm not doing proxies right now. But I have Traitorous. For 5, when this unit upgrade becomes attached to a non-leader unit that costs 3 or less, take control of that unit. So basically this goes on your opponent. One of your opponent's units. When this upgrade becomes unattached from a unit, they get their unit back. Again, I want more of it, but I've only got 1. Another Viper Probe Droid, looking at opponent's hand. Death Star Stormtrooper. 1 for a 3/1. Seasoned Stormtrooper we've already talked about. Viper Probe Droid. Strike True. Super Laser Technician. Now here's something I really gained from Magic that I really like. And now I've got the same thing going for the Star Wars. Restock. I love it. 1 resource to choose up to 4 cards in a discard pile. Put them on the bottom of their owner's deck in a random order. So basically, you're rejuvenating your deck again and again and again because you start losing resources because they kill your units, or you start using up all your events. All of a sudden, you're reshuffling your events. Another tie LP and LN Fighter. Again, most of these are 3 ofs. Hardpoint Heavy Blaster. First Legion Snowtrooper. Hardpoint Heavy Blaster. That's the other one. Death Star Stormtrooper. The 3rd Cell Block. Seasoned Stormtrooper. Colonel Yellen. I already talked about him. This one. General Veers. I think I've only got 1, maybe 2. But other friendly Imperial units get +1/+1. He is a 3 with a 3/3. So basically he just pumps up your guys by 1. Another restock. I got 3 of those. Advanced restock. First Legion Snowtrooper. Here's a new one. 97th Legion. I've got 2 of them. This unit gets +1/+1 for each resource you control. For 7. Very, very nice. Another TIE LN Fighter. Him. Now here's another new card. Attack Pattern Delta. For 3, especially with with the 1/1 counters being added, you are adding a lot of value. Attack Pattern Delta is 2 green, so you're going to have to pay 5 for this, but you're getting 6 temporary 1/1 counters on 3 different things. 3 on 1, 2 on 1, and 1 on 1. Give a friendly unit +3/+3 for this phase, so basically until you go to end phase. Another one gets a +2/+2, and another one gets a +1/+1. I think I have a 2 of. Death Star Snowtrooper. Another TIE Advanced. Imperial Interceptor. It's a 4 for 3, 2, and you may deal 3 damage to a space unit, so it's a little bit bigger. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. No, out. Sorry. General Veers. Another Attack Pattern Delta. Snowtrooper Lieutenant. I think I already said that one. It's a 2/2 for 2. Maybe I didn't. And you may attack with a unit. If it's an Imperial unit, it gets a +2/+0 for this attack. Here's another one that I have 2 of. This is one I have 2 of. Open fire. Deal 4 damage to a unit. Another one. Another Imperial Interceptor. And my very last card for my main deck is a mean cuss, but Emperor Palpatine. And if you haven't noticed, pretty much every single one of these creatures, units, I'm saying creatures because of magic, but every single one of these units, space and ground, all have Imperial in its name. This is Emperor Palpatine, the big dog, the overwhelming stampede of the deck. For 8 resources, he is and I'm almost tempted to take him out, honestly, because he really hasn't done much. But the one time I had him, he was in my hand, but the game was pretty much over because they scooped. 6/6 for 8. He's overwhelmed, so when attacking an enemy unit, deal excess damage to the opponent's base, and when played, deal 6 damage divided as you choose among enemy permanents. You can do some serious damage with that. Now, I do have a sideboard. That's my main deck. For the sideboard, I have Ruck, 2 of them. Again, Imperial. He's shielded for 3/6 for 5, and I'm still debating on putting him into my main deck. I might actually trade him out for Palpatine. Palpatine's really good, but the problem is his resource cost is so stinking high, it's hard to play him. It's the same thing with the leader Palpatine. He's the same way. But for Ruck, he is unique. He's shielded, which means that the first shot on him is going to be completely taking away the shield, no damage. And when this unit deals excess combat damage to a non-leader unit while attacking, defeat that unit. So if he does 3/6 to a unit that is like an 8/8, that unit will die. He probably will too, but I have 2 of those on the sideboard. Admiral Piet is another one I've been thinking about. He is a 1/4 for 2, so he's not bad. Again, Imperial. Each friendly non-leader unit that costs 6 or more gains ambush. He's in the sideboard because he really doesn't do much for my deck because I'm playing a lot of things that are 6 mana or less than 6 resources. Vader, Palpatine, the Ruthless Raiders, and the 97th Legion, I think, are about it. Admiral Piet, another one. I also have Force Choke. If you control a Force unit, I do have 2. This event costs 1 less to play, so it's 1. And I can deal 5 damage to a non-vehicle unit. That unit's controller draws a card. 3 of those on my sideboard. Open Fire is in my sideboard. Strike True is on my sideboard. There's the 97th Legion in the side. Basically, just I had to narrow it down so that way in Magic, I like to keep my 60 card decks between 60 and 65, usually pushing towards 63, 64. And I might put an extra land after that. Just depends what's in there. And with the Star Wars, I'm the same way. I get 66 sleeves. So I want to make sure I have everything sleeved. So my rule of thumb is I want 65 or less cards. Or 55 or less cards in the main deck. And I want at least 10. I want the 10 in the sideboard. Anyway, that is my Tarkin deck. It is fun, it's powerful, it's cheap, most of it, and basically you're putting 1/1 tokens on a lot of stuff, a little bit of control, to kind of help take care of the bigger stuff, or to keep a board clear, but you're throwing down smaller stuff, pumping it up, and then you're just attacking and attacking and attacking, and it is, when you keep the stuff on the board, or even if you lose stuff, but you're still hitting every turn, it is a power shot. Try it out. See what you think. Give me your comments on the sideboard after you try it. If you see something you can do better with it. I mean, we are in the first set, so there's not a lot to be able to do with it. But I can't wait as the more sets come out. It should get better and better. All right. That's my video. Like, share, and subscribe. This is my Tarkin deck. I'll have more decks later. You guys enjoy, and may the force be with you.